The arrival of colonialism on the African continent has brought with it a vicious onslaught on Africa's cultural practices by its Western counterpart. This development has led to the gradual erosion of Africa's cultural norms, beliefs, values, tradition, and practices. A situation which was made worse by the twin forces of globalization and information technology. This situation has gotten so bad that many Africans have begun to harbor fears that Africa's cultural practices were going into extinction. It is gladdening to note, however, that many young Africans are boldly responding to this unpleasant state of affairs by packaging Africa's traditional practices into cultural products for audiences on the continent and beyond. We tracked down one of such persons to explore the techniques and methodologies behind his craft, as well as the contemporary business principles he has utilized to catapult his craft into prominence and commercial success. Welcome, Yoruba poet Chanter, Beriola, Khalid, and Yoshino.
How old were you when you first became conscious of the fact that you were attracted to cultural nuances?
Okay, my mom says something to me that the day she gave birth to me, I think the third day when she was in the hospital, that my granddad brought a small drum for when she was still in bed in the hospital. And she was thinking it was something spiritual, that she didn't accept that drum. She was like, of all the things, this is not even Pampers or anything that they are bringing, that kind of thing.
But they are young.
Yes, now, but she didn't really get the meaning. So my mom said to me that each time that I used to cry a lot, like when I was very young, that each time I'm crying back then, that if she touches the drums, that's one of the major things that stops me from crying. That once she gets me the drum, everything that she's cool with,
wow.
That's more like.
So you were just a few years old when you had developed sensitivity.
Yes.
To the drum.
So if I'm having if she was having any issue with me back in the day, once she beats the drum, everything, like I'll be quiet. I love to stick.
And when they stop beating the drum, you start crying again. So you already developed that latent
and
affinity
yes.
with the drum.
Yes.
Right from when you were just a few days old.
Yeah.
You weren't conscious at that time.
I didn't even know, but I just love it.
So at what point did you become conscious that you had a very natural, latent affinity towards drumming, dancing, and traditional nuances and artifacts, as well as performances?
Yeah, I think it was when I was in primary school.
Oh, okay.
The cultural dance troupe in primary school. I used to be the best dancer.
Wow.
Because when it comes to singing, I really want to, as a guy, lots of my friends will be like, you're not supposed to be doing this, you're not supposed to be doing that. So back in primary school, anything that has to do with cultural dance, cultural activities in school, I'm always in front.
Okay.
So I love everything that has to do with Yoruba culture, the songs, the ewi, the jala. So gradually it was developing. So there was a day I think I was just going out, so I went for one program. I saw some people, they came for a performance. I walked up to them. I was like, I love this thing you're doing. And I was very young, so I went there.
How old were you?
I think I was about 6 or 5 or so.
Wow.
It wasn't like a posh environment.
Yeah.
So my mom didn't even know. So I just walked up to them and I was like, I won't mind to join your group. And they were like, what about your parents and everything? I said to them like, it is like my own business that they should not worry. They insisted that my parents and all that
must be carried along.
Yes, but at the end of the day, my mom didn't really support it because she was like, I have a long way to go. You need to face your studies. You have, you're still in primary school and all that. So I didn't really explore at that time because of the restrictions and all of that. My primary school, we're always doing this cultural day, cultural festival, and it's more like something that comes really often. So from there, like I was like a celebrity in my primary school.
Yes. I can imagine.
The dance moves, the songs, the everything. So that was how it started. And when I left primary school, secondary school, it was like in a bigger space. where they were school 1, school 2, school.
Yeah.
So in the whole of secondary school too, I was really, really popular. So I'm getting to it. I made inquiries about the cultural troops that were available, the masqueraders there, blah blah blah. So we met. I was always going for their rehearsals, and from there, I realized at some point that what they were doing, they were not really deep, because I wanted to join the theater practitioners then.
Okay.
So, and I was now thinking, because I saw everything they were doing.
Yeah.
They were doing things really like cultural dance and bata dance and all of that. But I was like, it could be better if I'm meeting up with the proper masqueraders.
Okay, you wanted
the Jile, you know. So I traveled to Ishenyi, Shaki, Oshogbo.
How old were you at this time?
I was really young. My mom, she was always, you know.
And you were traveling by yourself?
Yes.
To Ishenyi?
I was not even bothered about the money, because at some point, the first time I joined the theater practitioners, that like the first performance, they were like surprised about the way I performed. And then there's never been a time they are going for performances that they do not take me along. So I don't even care about the money. So you might just.
So you were traveling around by yourself?
Yes, I was. I'll gather this money.
Unaccompanied?
Yes, nobody. At times I'll just tell, maybe we're meeting in an event now. I'll just tell you, sir, you're from Shaki. Can I come over to Shaki? Is there something I can learn? You know, they'll be like, oh, if you want to learn, you can come. I'll just get the person's contact. Anytime I feel like I'm less busy, I'll travel there, spend like a day or two. If they have a party or a performance and all that. So that was how it started. And like I was moving from one place, from like Shaki, Oshogbo, Ishenyi, you know, Ibadan, different places all over Yoruba land, learning, meeting with the elderly people.
And you were still in school? Secondary school? Secondary school.
Most of these things that I do back in secondary school days were always weekends.
Coming up.
I've seen your effort at branding. We monitored you over time. I mean, over the last 1.5 years, we've been keeping our tab on you. And we've seen that you've consistently delivered. You're impacting the society, you're adding value. You're also promoting culture. But we saw that there were touches you brought into it. So I'd like to know the specific things you did. Now, as we trace the evolution of how your craft evolved, I'd like you to touch on the various landmarks that you can point at that helped to develop and hone your craft, and also acquire this knowledge about traditional nuances.
Yeah, majorly for me, it was something we masqueraders called Daginokoja.
Okay.
Daginokoja is like, it's a slang among the masqueraders generally, that we go for events. The events that we're not even invited. Uninvited events that we just get there. We will start performing. Some people will accept, some people will reject, some people will even get mad at you.
You go there with your drums.
Yeah, everybody.
And you chant when you get there.
Unexpectedly, and we'll start asking, because we've already made inquiries about the different lineages and everything. So once they tell me, we're always asking the person stylishly.
You do your research?
Yeah.
Before you go for the parties?
Yes.
How do you do that?
We would have made inquiries about different family backgrounds, different lineages and all that. So once you just tell us, oh, where are you from, blah, 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 then we'll start chanting.
You just delve into your storehouse and bring it up.
Yeah,
So
everything has a title. So once the person says, oh, I'm from here, then we'll just start. Some people would accept and some people would not accept. So that Ginokoja was like a class for me that really helped me.
The people you followed to that Ginokoja, they had education, they were very deeply educated, but not the Western education type.
Yes.
And you, who were in secondary school at that time, from a middle class family, embedded yourself within that group and followed them around places as far as Shaki, Oshogbo, and every part of Yoruba land. What was your driving force?
It was natural. It wasn't like something, because
money?
It wasn't money. If it was money, I wouldn't be where I am. It was not money at all, because I just loved the thing naturally. because there's never been a time I do not sing or I do not dance. At some point, I dance even when walking on the road or while walking. A lot of people will just be like, I hope you're not running, man. Like, it's something
it's in your DNA.
Yes. I just love it. I enjoy the vibe, and till date, there's never been a time I missed the masquerade festivals in different cities, different towns. IFA festival, Ocean festival, I'm always in front. I'm always, every year I do that till date.
That's like your own drug.
Yeah, so the vibe, the people, you meet with the elderly
the
people.
Atmosphere.
Yeah, you talk to them.
And of course, the knowledge. Knowledge that has been around for thousands of years.
And you keep learning from different people. You'll be meeting with different people. The Yasongos, the Yailegos, and everybody. So while they are talking, some people they've got some things in them that they've not even spoken out for the past 10 years. So it might be the next festival that you'll be hearing new things from them. It's like a class for me. If I attend,
you go there with pen and
I
paper?
do. Well, back in the day, it used to be my pen and my paper, but now everything my phone. So once I see anybody back home, I just start recording. So once I get in, then I'll play over and over, jot some things out, the things that I already know, the ones like the new ones that I'm hearing and all of that. So that was how Dagino Koja really helped.
It became a classroom.
And I can still do it today because that was like my
training program.
Yes, and it's really, I enjoy to do that more than a normal performance. That I'm gonna get paid, and I just like that vibe.
Yeah. There's something it plugs in your spirit.
Yes.
There's something, there's a connection. I want you to tell us the evolution from that young boy to the Beriola that we have today, which is a brand that has commoditized this art form.
It was not.
You were doing it then as a passion.
Yeah.
At what point did it occur to you that this could be a commercial venture for me?
I think it was after secondary school. The money I was making then, it wasn't really the money.
Yeah.
If I follow people out, they might just give me like 50 naira, 100 naira per performance and all that. I was not always know that.
It wasn't structured.
Yeah, it wasn't structured, and the money thing till date, till now.
It wasn't your motivation.
Like money. If I'm.
So what that means is that before you gained admission, before you became an undergraduate,
yes,
you already became aware that this is a passion, no doubt about it. But I have bills to pay.
Yes.
I also need to be able to sustain it. I need to also expand it.
Yes.
And for that, I need economic value for it.
Yes, that was how it started.
So what were the steps you took when you came to that realization?
The steps I took were, it was all about me posting videos online. I did a lot of recordings, a lot of people were telling me, you need to open it, you need to monetize this, you need to do this, you need to do that. The performances you go for, back in the day, with the kind of people I was mingling with, there wasn't like, picture taking wasn't my priority. Video recordings and all of that was not like the major, we just want to do the thing.
Yeah.
I just make people laugh at that moment. So when I was realizing all of these things, I decided to start taking pictures, making video recordings. So each time I go for a performance, I try posting them online. So if I post, a lot of people, is this what you do? So I realized that the videos and the pictures that I post online, it gets to a lot of people.
Yeah,
and it brings a lot of requests in my DM, in my Facebook inbox and all of that, in my Instagram,
People want to patronize.
Yeah, people, and as they are doing all of that, everything was like going really well, and it was inspiring me to do more.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do. These are the things I need to do. So I thought about different things. My posting online, the way there used to be a way I take pictures. I changed all of those things, the costumes, everything that will attract people.
So you were intentional about it.
Yes.
When you realized that, this is actually a business opportunity.
Yes,
it's about
money.
paying money.
And then
you became intentional about how you package the video.
Yes.
I need you to touch on specifics, the specific things you did. I've seen your effort at branding. We monitored you over time. Over the last 1.5 years, we've been keeping our tab on you. And we've seen that you've consistently delivered. You're impacting the society, you're adding value. You're also promoting culture, but we saw that there were touches you brought into it.
Okay.
That was a total departure from the traditional griots and the itinerant drummers that we know in our time. So I'd like to know the specific things you did.
At some point, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, doing all this, my chanting thing. We have a lot of people that are doing that same thing now. We have the likes of Ajobi, Ashabi, J. So what's going to make my own really different from theirs? Like, how will I be,
perceived differently? Now make you stand out.
So I thought about this comedy of a thing in the Yoruba form. I have a partner that we do this comedy skills together. Majorly what I do back then was record a chant video, post it online. And I've come to realize that people, especially the youths in Nigeria today, they are not flowing with the traditional, they just want to reckon with something that is trending, which is the likes of Naira Marley, Olamide, and all of them. So
pop culture.
Yeah, pop culture. And I'm like, okay, how do I come in exceptionally? How can I trend along with what's flowing?
To carve a space for yourself in that popular space.
Because we've done quite a lot of videos talking about.
So skills is something you have done.
Yes.
Now you've talked on branding and you've shown us how you've been able to set yourself apart from every other person in the industry. And I must say, you've succeeded, in your effort at, setting yourself apart, because branding is essential to success in today's commercial world. And you have been able to succeed with that. But related to branding is marketing. How do you go about marketing issues?
Each time I do a recording, I post them online, because on my social media I have a lot of people following me. So once I make a video, I'm doing a job for someone, so I make sure everything is online for people to see. So as people are seeing it, they are requesting for more. That's one of the major things we do that gets us a lot of business. And apart from that, once we go for events and all that, people just walk up to us. We like what you do. We like this. Can we call you? Can we invite you? Can we do that?
So
majorly, social media has really been helpful and been very, very powerful. The video is good.
Do you do the recording by yourself?
No, I've got people that.
You have professionals that do that for you.
Yeah, I have people.
Okay, so they already know what to do.
So once they record for me, I know how to do all the editings. I have different applications on my phone. Cut, trim, write these on it, bring out the best part for people to see. So all of these things, I do them in a very nice way. And so once the video is ready, I just post them online. And people will be like, oh, we want this, we want this, we want this, we want that. So social media has really been helpful in terms of, making money, getting customers and all that.
Yeah. So besides posting videos, what else do you do?
My customer relation thing with people helps me a lot, because the way I talk to people, and then the online, I have some people that help me in posting my videos on their page as well. Online, all these online televisions and all that. It's like an agreement between their company and my company, just talking about everything. And these are the things that I do to also market myself. And the events I go for, I don't just go for any other events. So going for these events, like if I'm performing for Neofife now, that one alone is a marketing strategy for me. So
you pick events that you commit to. It's not just any events.
Okay, even if I'm going to just any other event, I'm not going to post it. I'll just go maybe just for the money in it. Or it depends on the ambience, everything. So even if the event is
so for you,
I'm very selective.
Occasion, as well as the ambience, as well as the personalities around it, and the theme of the event, must align with the brand that you're building before it can merit being posted online.
That's it.
Wow. Who taught you all these things?
Self-development. Nobody.
When you say self-development,
it was something I just as a grown person. This is what you need to do. These are the moves you need to take, because you keep seeing other people. You start, this one is posting a video of himself performing for someone in a hotel. So, and then if you're doing that kind of thing, the people that even want to invite you will think twice. Okay, for this guy to be performing for so king at so place. So they will think twice before they even if you're charging, like if you're going to invite me and I'm charging you 200k, and you go on my page and you're seeing me performing at one naming ceremony beside one house, and you're seeing me performing at, you'll be like, no way. But if you're checking my page and you're seeing me that I'm performing in front of maybe the kids, big personalities, and you'll be like, oh, it's worth it.
It merits this amount.
So
what that tells me is that you have an idea of the kind of clientele that you want to service.
Yes.
And you planned your marketing strategy from that envisaged clientele base backwards. Because somebody told me, I think one of the leadership teachers, trainers, said that when you want to plan, you plan from the end backwards. In Africa, we plan from the beginning forward. But in other climes, they plan from the end backwards to the beginning. So you seem to have done that now. You have your targets.
Yeah, and then it's not even going to attract people that will not add value to me.
What about selling? That's also related to marketing and branding.
Basically, I think it's not just about selling. I can vividly remember there was a time when I started my own personal troupe. The people I've been working with, I've always been working with them, and it's always like, come, let's go for performance together. So it wasn't my own personal thing.
Yeah.
So when I created my personal troupe, so I was thinking of how we could be getting performances. So what I did was I wrote something. It was like a proposal, just copy and paste, and I forwarded it to maybe about over 500 people on Facebook, on Instagram, the people I know that can invite us for a performance. So, and some people responded well, and some people did not. So out of the people that responded, I was able to get some shows for myself, and from there, everything was kicking. Back in the
So
day,
you pitched your services when you started?
Yes, that was how it
by
started.
putting proposals across and flushing it out there, but targeting it at specific people. What were the criteria that you utilized to determine who you should send your proposal to?
I know elderly people.
Yeah.
I didn't send it to people of my age because I know what they were looking for. But I didn't send it to people of my age. On my Facebook, what I did initially was that I didn't have enough friends on my Facebook back then.
Yeah.
So I added people, and before adding, I would have checked your profile to see if you can add value, or if you would be of help, or if you're really into Yoruba culture. So I had a lot of people, the South Americans, the Brazilians, that I've got some people that they are Nigerians but they live in
diaspora.
Yeah, like Cuba, Venezuela, all of that they love Yoruba culture. So I sent messages to different people. The Yorubas that are living in America, in the UK. So I sent messages to so many people because I have thought about it.
So what you try to do first is to build an audience online.
Yes.
Before you began to market your product.
Yes. So I did all of that. I sent messages. I forwarded it to different people, and some people responded. And till date, I'm still like, some of the relationships are still like a profit to me because of the message I sent.
Coming up.
Àwọn mẹ́ni tí ọgbọ́n mẹ́ni tí ọmọ wọn ní gbogbo wọn bá balẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn sì gbogbo lọ wọn mọ bó sàtọ́ balẹ̀ gbogbo lè ó lè gbogbo lọ́wọ́ ẹni.
You have a lot of followership on YouTube and other social media. Do you receive revenues from YouTube as well for that? Besides sending your proposal, viraling your proposal on social media to target individuals and organizations, what else did you do?
There was a time I did, I was doing a short voice note to the people, to my friends in their inbox. So I'll just record like 30 seconds or a minute voice note to just send it to them. You know, when you have a friend on Facebook, I did it majorly on Facebook. So when you have a friend on Facebook, you know, you'd have seen the name, maybe the person's name is Ademola Adetokunbo and all that. So I'll just pick the voice recording. Ademola Adetokunbo, baba mi, you know, I'll just do like 30 seconds or 40 seconds and all that. So I do it and I send it to people. Some people will just respond, wow, this is lovely. Can you perform at an event? Blah blah blah. Oh, send me your account number. You just made my day. You just, I'm so happy. It's been long, I did it for the people that live in abroad majorly.
So if, for instance, if my name is Shango Femi,
yeah,
you already know.
No, that there's a difference between your name, your hometown, your Oriki, and your Orukoile.
I didn't know that.
So Shango Femi, I'll just be like, Shango Femi, what's him Akiba? I know like 400 lines of Oriki Shango. I might just add like some lines. Yeah.
Let's hear that.
Shango Femi, what's him Akiba by me? Osani Sango, Dakwe Make Sango, Lenny, Cadiorio, Koyati, Buna lesson. Owó kìtì pa bọ́lọ́rọ̀ òpínyàn sá Sangiri làgìrì kàkà fi gbẹ́dùn bọ̀ iná ní gbé ọba yìí ìjàgùn làbí poko bí àwọn gúnyán lódó iná ní gbé tí fi irúgi bí arẹ́yìn òkè kára kékòrò ti sọ lọ́rọ̀ di jìnnìjìnnì Ṣàngó ọ̀bẹ̀wé lérè o àjàlá ìjì ewé lérè àjìjọ tẹ̀.
I know you.
Arábọ̀ all of that, just and then
like my maternal grandfather. It was an Oluode back in the day.
Oluode.
So how would you go about that?
Yeah, Oluode is majorly
hunters.
Yeah.
Lákàyè mọ́ ti wà lúgbó, ogun mọ́ ṣe bá wájà lákàyè mọ́ ti wà.
So what if I'm singing this kind of song, the person will deeply understand.
Yeah.
Ìrẹ̀ ni mo ogun mo rí bàbá mi o. Àwọn mẹ́ni tí ọgbọ́n mẹ́ni tí ọmọ̀ràn wà ní bógun ń bá balẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn sí ìgbókò lọ. Wọ́n mọ bó sàtábàgbà lé gbogbo ó lè gbókò lọ́wọ́ ẹni. Ìrẹ̀ ni mo gbọ́n ara ìlàgbẹ̀dẹ. Ejúbọ ọjọ́ mẹ́lẹ́pẹ́ lẹ́mẹ̀rí àgbẹ̀dẹ tí ó yà wá bá ń kérò ọmọ.
So I'll start it. Apart from...
So you do voice notes like that? And
I do.
You just send it to
and it might just be 30 seconds.
And you might just play, you just send it to them, but it wasn't play, it was...
And then I even make a lot of money. Some people just send me a back pay, 10k, 5k, just use it for your airtime. Yeah, I love it. Okay, and then there's something I do for people at the moment. It's like if they're celebrating their birthday and all of that, I do quite a lot of recordings for them in the studio. Wow. Some people just tell me, okay, because this thing, they'll tell me, okay, can you... I've done it for different people that they make it like their ringtone, their color tone and all of that. But okay, this thing you've just done for me, what if, because the ringtone I'm using, I want it to be my own ringtone. So if my phone is ringing, I want it to be my praises.
My panegyrics.
So I've done that to different people, and some people might be like, oh, this.
No, we're going to talk about revenue streams later on. But I just want to touch very deeply and robustly on
that one. I send voice notes to people. I send voice notes to different people.
And in this age of WhatsApp now, I think it will be easier even.
No, I can't do that again because that was then.
When you just started out.
People will take advantage of me. I can only do that to people like maybe I might know that Linko Dangote, or
You should do that now. You cheapen the brand.
Yes, and it's gonna be like you can't go to the gym. People won't even buy it, and it's gonna become every
like pure water.
Pure water. So I can only do that maybe to.
So you did that back in the day, a lot of it.
For me to just pave way for me
to get your name out there.
Yeah, and everything worked out really well because I have a lot of friends in like South America, North America, United Kingdom, all over Europe, different people that they are my clients, they are my friends that they give me jobs, and majorly all of those people I met them as a result of what I did on my Facebook back then.
Back in the day. So besides voice notes and the proposals you sent out, what else did you do?
That was like the major thing,
I know that you also dance.
Yeah, I do.
In fact, some people say that you dance even far better than your chants.
Yes, dance is really my major.
Is that also incorporated into your art, your performance now? Because many people who chant don't really dance like that.
Yes, except the masqueraders. You would hardly find someone who's a masquerader and the person, a chanter that won't be able to dance. Apart from the hunters, we have different oral poetries. We have Ijala, we have Rara, we have Ekuyawo, we have Esa, we have, Dalapada, Orishi, all sorts. But the one I'm doing is Esa. by the E11s, the Jala is by the Hunters and all
Hunters.
that. Rara, the people that that's always behind the king, Obadodo Biaru and all of that, and Ekunya when someone is getting married, and different things like that. So you would hardly find people that are doing this Isla that are really, really, really masquerade out, that won't be able to dance bata.
And most times it's the bata.
It's the bata moves. But what I did about the dance thing was like, there was a time I remember I might just tell someone to record like a 2 to 3 minutes of my dance, post it online. I used to have a friend back in the day. The person would tell me that there's a festival coming up in Germany. I'll send it to them. They need my video. I'll keep tagging different companies, sending it to different. There was a time I did something too on my Facebook. There's this thing on my Facebook that tells you like the events that are coming up, even if you have no idea of who's organizing or who's in charge. So once there's this page that when you go there, it might be there's one event coming up in the hotel, Carting Gate, blah 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 blah, all sorts of and RSVP, blah blah blah. I'll just pick number blah. I saw that your event is coming up, blah 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 blah. I'm just using this medium to introduce myself to you. I mean to this. But I have to make your event more, beautiful, memorable, and all that. So blah blah. The person we didn't budget for it, we didn't plan. I'm like, no, you just tell me if you can just drop it. I did all of these things back in the day to just.
To penetrate circles.
Yes, and there was a time.
So you did a lot of pitching of yourself back in the day.
Yes, everything wasn't like perfect. Perfect.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
so you perfected your way through.
It wasn't easy.
Fumbling and wombling. Until you got a very perfect way of doing it.
Yes, it wasn't easy.
Initially, it was a tall order for you.
Yeah, it was not easy.
And while you were doing that, you must have had a lot of rejections and even insults. Some would have insulted you and all of those things. How did you handle it?
It wasn't something easy for me, but naturally, I'm this kind of person. Like, I'm a happy person. I don't really care about what people say about me. Like, I'm just very passionate about my dance, my chants. I sing like no man's business. There's never been.
So you are dead to insults.
Yeah, so I'm not really.
Would it be that while you were growing up under those itinerant drummers and you were gate crashing at events and parties to just perform without being invited?
Yeah.
Would it be that you have been trained? Your mind has been trained?
Now. Yeah, all of these things are like the insults. Some people just shout.
Yeah.
Like you just killed their children. So all of these.
So those things that prepared you. So by the time you started to form your own company and you started to pitch.
Yeah. So that's it.
You weren't so much.
Some people just tell you, all of that. So
you've been built even before you became. By your teenage years, you were already built.
Yes, it was
you were rugged because you did this on the street.
Yeah.
What about revenue streams? Now you've been able to tell us that you service events and parties. Okay. So people can commission you to come and perform at their shows, at their events, funerals, and whatever. So that's a revenue stream. You also, in the course of explaining to us about marketing principles and strategies, you told us that you could be commissioned to do ringtones for people using these chants.
Yeah, I've done quite a lot for different people because
personalized ringtones.
Yeah, personalized.
And
because
it's all
we love this exaggeration and all of these things.
Yeah,
some people just want, okay, if I wake up in the morning or if anyone is calling me, it is my panegyrics that I want to be hearing.
Yeah.
So I've done it.
So that my head will swell.
Yes, and then we do surprises too on birthday that we just go to their house very early in the morning or whenever that is comfortable for them. Go there, chance for them.
Physically?
Yeah, physically.
So you get hired to go and do physical on call?
Physical performance,
wow.
Yeah. So we just go there, blah blah blah,
or to serenade the lover.
Yes. And apart from that, we do all those recordings too online. Some people, they might be far from us.
Yeah.
So once they just send all their information to me, I'll get everything recorded in the studio, then mix it with their pictures. It's going to be in form of a video, then I'll send it to them. They can post all over their social media, on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and all of that. So those are the things that
have you had someone commission them to do a chant for their loved ones on Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Yes.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
ọkọ rẹ lónìí wá kí ọ lónìí ó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀làdàkùn bá ń kó lólùfẹ́ mi dáadáa èyí mẹ́nu gún mi olójú èdè mi.
You know, we just the thing is that once they tell me, I'm just gonna get a pen and a paper to just compose everything.
Yeah, you get some information about the spouse.
Yeah, the person would have just my
What's
wife.
the name of your wife?
Where is she from?
Oriki.
Blah 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 blah. So once that is done, then I'll just speak it.
mo ní eyín mẹ́nu gún mi o mo ní èkúrọ̀ làlábàkú ẹwà ìyàwó làlábàkú ọkọ ilé yìí ní kankan o bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lọ kárí ayé ìyàwó mo kí o kó àfìdíbalẹ̀ níbẹ̀ mo lówó orí rẹ lónìí wá kí ọ lónìí wọ́n ní kí n mọ kíyàwó àwọn nígbèjẹgbẹjọ ọmọ wọn nìbàdàn nílé olúyọ̀lé má.
So all of these things, the information would have been given.
I mean, it would be a very novel way to.
Yeah, it's all, and the person will be blushing. Oh, you know, all of that drama.
Because I bet if anybody has ever done that to her before.
Yeah.
Usually people will play some.
And then it's not always me alone.
You have a company.
Yeah, my drummers, and so I'll sing. I'll ask her to come out,
dance.
Follow, yeah, I'll be singing for her.
ìyàwó òjò látàná ẹ̀jẹ̀.
You know, all this cultural thing. I have a lot of videos online that people can watch. So I've done different live performances, and I perform live as well, like at events, weddings, blah blah blah. So online performances as well.
So besides people commissioning you to do a chant for them that they can use as ringtones, or to serenade their spouse, or even to eulogize, you know, their antecedents or their forebears.
Yeah.
What other revenue streams do you do commercials too? I mean, like adverts?
Yes, we do.
So that's a revenue stream.
Yeah, I have different companies that have done adverts for.
You have a lot of followership on YouTube and other social media. So I want to reckon that your videos get a lot of time, duration, watch rate.
Yeah.
Do you receive revenues from YouTube as well for that?
I'm working on it at the moment. There was a time the subscribers on
because that could also be a revenue stream.
Yeah, it is actually, and I'm working on it. So there was a time I monetized my YouTube page, and they said to me that if my followership or my subscribers on YouTube is not up to 10k, I cannot be getting certain amounts and all that. But I get money from other online platforms that I'll just drop my video, like all these comedy skits that I do with my partner. So once I record it, I send it to some TV,
online TV for different platforms.
Yes, and they make money, and it's like an agreement. So I get my share, they get theirs too.
So those are revenue streams. You have partnerships with online television
platforms
that you drop your content, and money comes from there. Do you also? I mean, some do like CD recording.
Yeah, I do all of that. Yeah, I've not done one.
Okay.
But I do for people individually. I could vividly remember there was a time someone wanted to. It was like a family thing. They were having like their burial ceremony and all that. So, and they've come to realize that the family, everybody has lost it when it comes to the culture and the tradition of the family.
Yeah.
So they all
and the antecedents.
Yeah. So they all nobody could even like chant a line of their oriki. Nobody knows everything. So it was the Oloriebi in that family asked me to go to the studio, gave me all the family details and the recording from the eldest to the youngest grandchildren. So I did a recording for them, and they produced about maybe 200 copies CD, and it was like a gift to everybody in the family, and some were kept for the upcoming grandchildren and all that. So I've done it for like 5 to 6 families like that.
Wow. So it wasn't like you did Beriola CD.
Yeah, it wasn't like I've not done mine. Yeah, that was like
commission.
And I've even churches in abroad that, you know, some people are just thinking of an exceptional way to celebrate their people.
Yeah.
Some people will think, okay, if I try to buy outfits and all that, it's not something really unique. So they'll just tell me, okay, like someone, I did this same thing for the person. The person has a church in the UK. So one of the church members asked me to like do this recording, and I recorded it in the studio, and it was like distributed to all the members of the church, and there were so many people in the church. I think the population in total about 500 people. So I did it for them, and I was praising the owner of the church, the members I mentioned, all the elders in the church, or more like their sons, everybody. It was really, really nice and fantastic.
No, I can imagine. I mean, especially when people live outside the southwest milieu, they tend to appreciate.
So they sent some of their church, their aims. They sent it to me to just modernize their along with the cultural things. So it was really, really nice. So I've done it for different people.
Coming up.
People believe that when you're into this kind of craft, you must belong to one occultic group or the other. You're still talking about revenue streams. Our research findings tells us that you performed at birthday ceremonies of some prominent traditional rulers.
Yeah.
You've also performed on projects with the likes of Funke Akindele, and you've also performed at cultural festivals around, give us a list of some of those performances.
I've performed at different occasions, and for Alafia for your countless times.
Okay.
Or your Fifi, I've performed for different kings. Most of the kings in Yoruba land I've performed for them.
Most of the
kings in Yoruba land. Because I've gone for different festivals. I go like every year. It's like an annual thing that I attend, like Olu Festival in Isheyin for Olu Festival by the people of Isheyin generally. It's organized by the Asheyin of Isheyin land. I go there every year. Watsongo Festival by Alafin for your Royal Festival by Alafin for your every year. The I've forgotten the name of this festival by Olofifel. Not Olojo Festival, yeah. I've performed at Olojo Festival not once. The Olokun Festival, so many festivals like that.
So how do you get
the festivals and all that?
How do you get invited to this?
It's because of the links that I've made back in the day.
Years.
So, and my name has been projected to some extent, and my works online and everything. So I have links to all the stuff.
So you've been able to build a network over the years.
Yes.
That is now paying off for you now.
Yeah,
so
now.
people just invite you.
Yeah, and my work, and when people, it's not just about the connection, it's about what you can actually do.
Yeah, the content that you're pushing out there.
So once people get to see that this guy has got it, the oriki, the dance, I can quite a lot of things. It's not just about the oriki, the acrobatics, the dance, the drum ensemble, the cultural songs itself. So many things like that.
So you have expanded your skill set, as it were, as we say in corporate parlance.
Yes.
Beyond just the chance to
dance. Cultural songs, drum ensemble, acrobatics, the chant itself.
Yeah. Do you do magic?
No, not magic. No.
Okay.
It's just the normal.
But you do acrobatic dances?
Yeah. Choreographed pattern dances. Yeah. So it's just about 5 things that we do: the drum ensemble, the choreographed pattern dance, the chant itself, the acrobatics, and the cultural songs.
You and your troupe?
Yeah, myself and my troupe. Yeah. Because each oriki has a song.
Okay.
So when I chant, at the end of the chant, there must be like a song that go back, that will make it more meaningful. Like if I'm chanting for you now, I'll just chant and go. It's not going to be really, really, really catchy. Like maybe you're from I'm just going to say like so the people backing me up, they already know how to go about it, and you would be more pleased.
So you have to garnish the chant with
the song.
And
that's common among the exciting chanters, the masqueraders generally. The Rara people might not be doing that. The Ijala people, I think the Ijalas too. After the Ijala thing, they back theirs up with also like and then all of that. So
and that's more fast paced.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as is also, it depends on the kind of song I'm picking.
And the kind of chant you're doing
At the moment, yeah.
Now let's talk about money issue. How do you manage your finances?
My money, this is how I need to do it. I should not spend this way. I don't spend extravagantly. These are the projects.
How about reinvestment?
Yeah, all of
And
that are in
diversification and
it.
all of
All of that are in it.
Okay.
Yeah, everything is in it. Got that. So I've thought about all of this.
Khalid has said so much without saying anything. But again, I'll let that slide. You're probably conscious of the fact that you're international television and you don't want the strategic secrets of how you manage your income. You don't want it to be projected to the whole world like that. So I understand that aspect. Many people believe that when you're into this kind of craft, you must belong to one occultic group or the other.
No, I don't belong to any. I think it's just the way people think.
Okay.
Nothing is occultic, there's nothing like that.
So you have not been initiated and not that is.
Some people would even tell me, they will invite you soon. They've not invited you yet. I don't know, but for me, I don't belong to anything.
So if I want to get into this trade,
Okay.
what are the steps you would advise that I take?
If you want to start doing the kind of thing I'm doing,
Yes.
what people are doing majorly, because we have so many chanters now,
Okay.
what people do majorly is that they go online on YouTube, so many videos of chanters out there. They will play maybe their favorite also, start mimicking, start naming lines, developing themselves at going for different performances, and that's but things are not like deep the way it used to
On the
be.
surface.
Yes.
When you
Like
do
my
that.
sister, the one that drums, I told her. So she follows all these baba, all these very elderly
The itinerant drummers.
to that same Dagi.
Uneducated, Western education now.
Yes, to that Dagi just so that she can learn properly. So that's what she
So
does.
you
But
will
lots of people don't want to do that again.
A lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to go through that kind of fire.
That kind of stress, Me, I'm always proud to do it.
So for you, if I were to go into this kind of trade, you would prefer that I go and apprentice myself under the roots traditional people and move around with them and grow under them before I declare myself a practitioner.
Yes.
Rather than just do the
The
YouTube.
competition out there, because if there are thousands of chanters now, I know I'm very distant from them because of the stuff they hear from me. There are better voices out there. Do you get? But there's something that will make
The content.
be like okay. So for
The
the competition, I'm
delivery
ready.
is one thing, the content is another.
It's another thing.
So you would rather I don't focus only on the delivery,
Yeah.
but also go for the content so that
content.
one can have that substance and that
Yeah,
pillar.
and if everything is matched together, it shoots you more.
If you want to go far, if you don't want to be mingled with the crowd at the base of the pyramid, then you better go and learn the
That's
deep.
why I just keep telling people that if you know that this is what you want to do, like if you want to be maybe dressing people up, you should do it in an exceptional way. Know how to do it properly, in a way that there won't be any other person
They can do it that way.
better than you can do it. So it's good to just be like,
That's quite motivating. Finally, before we let you go, what's the projection for this business? 3-5 years from now?
yeah, I'm actually working on a concept with my comedy skit, that one aside. I'm working on something that is very exceptional when it comes to the cultural music. I can't just be doing, I'm chanting.
So we'll be having a very musician. Is that what
Yes, soon. And I sing as well, the cultural songs. So I'm working on how it will be. I'm not trying to divert away from Yoruba culture. It's definitely going to be my chant and
But it'll be
cultural songs. There might be. I just want to do something that when someone that does not understand Yoruba listens, they will still enjoy.
Is it likely that you're going to drop this crap someday?
No, never. This is what I'll do it like that.
Wow.
Yes, I don't have any. I know this is what I'm gonna do. Nothing.
So it's only just going to evolve,
Yes.
and evolve.
I'm gonna dance forever and do this forever. That's
Wow.
it. I can't do any other thing. Seriously.
We can only but say that we wish you the very best in this undertaking that you have set for yourself. Not many young people these days are very clear and explicit about what they want out of life and what they want to do. So when we come across people who are very clear and defined like this, we want to celebrate and applaud them. Mr. Jerry Ola, that's the stage name.
Yes, thank you.
Khalid Anyoshino.
Yes, sir.
Omanyo.
Yeah, man.